What's going on, people? It's the Bear here once again. And you know what? I wasn't going to make a video like this, but it happens so much. It happens so much and so many times. And a lot of parents, a lot of people in general, are sick and tired of stuff like this happening. It's very sad that there's another school shooting. It's very sad. Almost every year, there's an average of over 20 school shootings. There's an average of over 20 school shootings a year. Oh my goodness, man. I'm looking at CNN now. The guy was saying, I hate Jews, niggers, immigrants. Shoot them in the back of the head. I think I'm going to kill people. This is an Instagram group chat. I'm looking on CNN right now. And this is what the guy was basically saying. This is a mentally disturbed person who went out and bought an AR-15. He was old enough to get an AR-15, but he was too young to get a pistol. He was old enough to get an AR-15. Let's think about this for a minute. He was old enough to get an AR-15, but too young to get a pistol. What? Ain't that backwards? To me, that's backwards. That makes no sense. When the thing I just read to you, that was actually on CNN. I just was reading it on CNN. It was an Instagram group chat that he had with somebody, and I guess that's one of the people on that group chat told he told CNN what the guy was saying. So this guy was already a person that didn't like Jews. He said he did like niggers. He didn't like immigrants. Shoot him in the back of the head. Now, here's the thing about this, right? If you go to a gun shop, they're not going to know about your Instagram posts. They're not going to know about your Facebook posts. They're not going to know about your YouTube, your social media posts. They go by background checks. If you have a clean record, you get a gun. You got a background clean, a background, your background's clean, you can get an AR-15. But it's a problem with these guys that has friends that know that your friend is kind of messed up, but you don't report it to nobody. You don't go tell somebody about this, This could have been avoided if, actually, the FBI knew about one of the comments that was something on YouTube or something like that, but didn't act on it. But I believe this could have been avoided. I really do. And then let me tell you another thing. A parent should never have to decide whether to send their kid to school or not, thinking that they'll never see him again. Just think about that you have to sit there and hug your kid for like 5 or 10 minutes. Tell him I love him 100 times because you don't know if you ever see him again. Here's a problem with the schools today. The inner city schools has the metal detectors. They have the security guards. You know what I'm saying? The inner city schools have that. But the suburban schools don't have it. And guess where all the shooting has happened? Mostly in this suburban schools. Not in the inner city schools. You don't rarely see a black person or a Puerto Rican person shooting up a school. I'm not being racist or anything like that, but I'm just being real with this. You know what I'm saying? I never heard to date of a black person or a Puerto Rican person or someone shooting up a school. I haven't heard it to date. It only happens in the suburban schools where there's light on security and they have no metal detectors. But this should have been taken care of. This should have been taken care of years ago. But they need the funding in the school for this to happen. Otherwise, I'm not saying I'm hoping that this is going to happen again. But guess what? If you don't take care of the problem, it's going to happen again. It is sad in this kind of country. And this guy here was posting this stuff on YouTube, on social media. You can see him right there. He got a gun. That looked like a red. It looked like a fake gun. I don't know. I don't know if that's real because it looked red. But I don't know. If that's a real gun, he was already showing his, we can't arrest somebody, for showing the gun or whatever. But if they're saying that I'm going to be a professional killer one day, maybe you should look into that. FBI, maybe you should look into that. NSA, CIA, whatever to take Homeland Security. Maybe you should look into that, But man, it's sad how kids don't want to go back to their school. They don't even want to go back. They want to stay home. And if they're afraid, they're traumatized. And can you blame them? They don't want to go back to their school. They are traumatized. They rather just stay home or go to a different school. And they had all these friends of theirs that was in the school, and a lot of them got shot. They're traumatized. You gotta do something about this. Everybody want to sit there and say, well, gun control laws and stuff like that or whatever. We need gun control. We need gun control. I tell you right now, get more metal detectors in the school. Get tougher security in the schools. Hell, do what Joe Clark did on Lean On Me. Put the chains on the doors. You know what I'm saying? Do something. You gotta do something, man. Something gotta happen. If you need a principal like Joe Clark, get a Joe Clark in these schools. You need somebody tough. Kids shouldn't have to go into schools nowadays because they want to feel protected. Now they carrying guns because they want to feel protected. No kids should do that. No kids should do that. This got to be taken care of, man. In this country, when we got a president, I ain't going to even talk about Trump because that's a whole different story. I'm not going to even go there with Trump. I was, but I changed my mind. I'm not going to do it. But Trump, you need to do something. Congress, you need to do something. The Board of Education, you need to do something. Get the funding to these schools. These schools have probably got a lot of money already. But if they need the funding, give it to them. You want to spend $20 billion on this and $500 billion on this, get get some of that money to the schools. They need it. Otherwise, I swear this is going to happen. I hope it doesn't, but it's going to happen again. Anyway, y'all, this is the Bear and I'm out. I'm not saying no more. It's the Bear and I'm out. Peace.